Okay, so Smilegate just dropped an apology statement and some fixes for the newer content. I actually recorded the audio for part 2 of the Scamgate video 2 days before this was dropped. But I'm not going to redo it since it was 40 minutes of recording, so just quickly plugging this in before that starts. But I just want you to notice the difference between the update they made and what I'm about to say. Sure, people complain about the new content the most, but they continue to miss the fundamental problems of why that new content is bad. So let the actual video begin. Alright, so this is a continuation of my Scamgate video where that video pointed out the flaws in the new content, and while I lightly touched on why most endgame players dislike that content, this video will get into the real reason of why people are unhappy about the endgame in this game currently. I'm just gonna say it. Endgame currently is boring and repetitive once you've been here for months. It's boring, nothing has changed since 11 months ago when Hell Raid was added, when Guild War was added, you know, actual content that was rewarding or fun, way back in January. None of the newer contents have really changed the endgame the same way. Sure, there have been some good quality of life features over the months. 3 stars only needing Stigma to upgrade skills, Mola refunds, pity on banners, pity on Mystic, crafting rings and ammies. Recently now, imprinting units show up first, saving you from scrolling down. Inventory increases, quicker promotion animation, free unequip 1 to 2 times a month. These are all good. But these things don't change the fundamental problem, and that is, all we do is just log in, do dailies, then hunt all day, inching our way to gearing a character at a snail pace to use in the exact same content, with the same exact stamina and gold issues against the same exact PvP meta. And that's it. That's it. It's the same exact routine. Guess I better do my raid every other day. Oh, better do my Hell Raid only twice a week. Better do Guild War 3 times a week, and then done. Back to Wyvern grind all day, or repetitive side story grind for Catalyst, or Spirit Altar for Awakenings. The big 3. Maybe some people enjoy PvP, even though not sure how you can enjoy effectively the same meta as the ML5 pre-nerf fiasco. I mean, it's the same core problem of 3 to 4 ML5s and limiteds ruling over the meta still. But sure, if you still enjoy PvP, that might be one reason you still enjoy the endgame. But if PvP was never that big a draw for you, especially for free-to-play who has little chance standing up against the whales in the highest tier, then you're likely not having that much fun after you've beaten the PvE content. What about Guild War, Project? Sure, granted it's only 3 times a week, but sure, it's more fun than Arena, and a lot more heroes become viable. But here's the thing, once you get Glorious Guardian bonus for 5 times rewards, there's no incentive to try hard for it anymore. Look at my guild, rank 2 to 300 something on average, 12k guild points. You only need 11k guild points to get the GG bonus. That means around rank 6 to 700 guilds are still getting this multiplier. So what does that mean for the top 10, the top 20? What's the point in tryharding, whaling, super gearing characters if you receive the exact same rewards as a rank 700 guild? The exact same rewards. And you'll be faced against the same meta units used in high legend PvP, Ruel, Arbiter, FCC, SSB, MLKen, over and over and over again. There's zero incentive to try hard in Guild War. The rewards are not there for you top whalers. At least in Arena, Legend players get significantly more Skystones and even special frames for top Legend players that other lower tiers can't get. But Guild War? I mean, where's the incentive? There is none. Well, how about Hall of Trials? Once again, it devolved into just an auto thing 3 times a week, without caring about the score. Why? Because the difference between SSS rank and D rank is only a few currency for exclusive equipment. Someone who gets all D rank and someone who gets all SSS rank is a difference of maybe 1 extra EE every 2 weeks for the SSS rank guy. Bosses changing weekly is too complicated for most people to keep up with, to manually SSS rank every boss 3 times a week, requiring various geared units to beat each variance reliably. Challenge-wise, it's fine. But again, it all boils down to time and effort versus reward. And Hall of the Trials just isn't worth tryharding for. Thus it devolved into simply auto for A or S rank 3 times a week and move on. Tower. This has gotten better with decent rewards now, especially for new and mid-game players. Yet still, it falls apart by 90% of the floors just being plain auto-cleave, with the last 10 floors being only challenging to early and mid-game players. Meanwhile, endgame players, especially whales, breeze right past it on auto still. By the way, it also costs stamina each floor, effectively needing hundreds of stamina to beat all the floors for mild gold returns every 8 floors. Sure, it resets once a month, but it still effectively steals stamina from you versus something like Abyss, which was free, has way better rewards, and was challenging and thought-provoking. Tower used to be challenging, albeit a little overtuned, but now it's the opposite. Undertuned, brain dead. Where's the balance? If you haven't noticed this trend by now that I've been repeating, it's basically this. None of the new content is thought-provoking to play, and there's little difference between what a top whaler gets from rewards from these contents versus a noob or a mid-game player with little or even zero investment in the game. World Boss, Hall of Trials, Guild War, Tower. Where's the reward for the try-harding endgame player? Where's the challenge worthwhile? Arena and Hell Raid is the only challenging content that rewards you graciously for your efforts? Oh, okay. This is why the content updates have failed. This is why the newest content they added got outrage. Because we do these short, very short things weekly, and then it's back to the hunt grind. Because ultimately, those other newer contents provide us with little for our gear progression, excluding Tower, but that still comes at a cost of stamina. Stamina, a long issue since the game's creation. Not only do we have more ways to consume our stamina, but that stamina loss could equate to getting no progress towards anything because of RNG. It takes 12 hours for my 144 stamina to fill to full. 12 hours, half a day. Otherwise, I'm forced to use leafs, and if I run out of those, I'm forced to buy stamina with skystones and only get 60 stamina worth, which equates to 3 wyvern runs. All of which I have to manually do because you screwed up auto repeat. And then if I do get a decent gear after 50 or 100 runs, I have gained little to nothing to upgrade that gear, unless I pour millions of gold into a hunt pet that could drop charms for me at a measly 7 to 15% per hunt. So if I don't have enough charms, then I have to buy from Hoochie, but he's got limited supply daily, and I waste the gold I got from beating hunts to buy them. So then, gotta go to Adventure and earn charms at a snail pace and waste more of my stamina and time just to upgrade one single piece of RNG gear that may or may not be an upgrade to an existing gear, or may or may not be useful for my new hero. This is the vicious and tiring loop endgame players are in, every day, every week, every month now, for nearly a year. They said back in the Korean conference, they would communicate with us more. Get our ideas first to work together on making the best new content. That was a lie. They don't communicate at all. They just release content. Pets, World Boss, Steeple conversion? Where was our input in that? You think any of the players asked for World Boss to be 10 seconds and then done? You think any player asked for Steeple conversion to be a tedious gold sink that limits the crafts monthly, yet still has such a stupid high and tedious ceiling to use it? No! No one asked for that. They decided all those things themselves. Act first and get the suckers to use the system, and then change later once the riots get loud enough tactic. They've been doing it over and over. This is why the fanbase has grown tired of the endgame, and the only thing keeping us sticking around is new heroes solely because of the art. Or you have a case of sunk cost fallacy, where you pour too much time and or money to simply quit and have to force yourself to keep playing because you've invested too much to simply leave overnight. But guess what? There is no return for you in this game. You could dump $12,000 into it and none of the things you wanted to be fixed will ever get fixed. And effectively, you're paying to be upset half the time or more. The devs are living happy. You? Well, who cares, right? I meant to make this video months ago, you know. Things Smilegate should do to improve the game. That would have been the title. But like you, I held on to the hope of, well, maybe next time it'll be better. Maybe pets will change things. Maybe Steeple conversion will change things for my gear grind. Maybe World Boss will be fun. And then boom. Letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown. So how can they fix this, or make steps towards fixing this state of Endgame? Well, the easiest and simplest first step is finish Hell Raid. Finish it, and don't limit it to monthly. You want feedback? Do not limit it to monthly. I don't care who's tired of manualing it, it's the only goddamn content worth a crap in this game so far. It should be the exact same thing as normal raid. 5 bosses a week, but with level 88 gear drops and more challenging bosses. Hell Raid, and even normal raid, is literally the saving grace for gear progression. Without it, this game would be dead for a lot of players. Mid-game players are using the level 67 speed chest, they're using the immunity sword, they're using Carcana's boots. Endgame players are saving up for the level 88 speed sword and immunity chest. The boss gear drops that rarely drop can be stat sticks at the least. You can buy epic charms for maxing out artifacts. You can get an extra moonlight summon every month or so. It truly helped gearing a ton. Hell Raid was made back then when they were actually generous and cared about the players. Finish it, and that would help a ton of players of getting more gear at a reasonable pace without some huge catch. Sure, admit it, you did delay it for so long since you don't want people getting gear, but it's precisely that is killing your game. I mean, the shop weapons you can buy from Alexa are the only guarantee. The rest of the drops are random, so we still have to RNG those for upgrades. And it's not like we can get full sets from raid anyhow. It's only ever 1 to 2 pieces of a set, so we still have to farm hunt to complete those sets, but at least 1 to 2 out of the 6 pieces are covered through Hell Raid. Notice how all the Hell Raid gear is high statted. Now, compare that to several arena seasons of gear, which is also level 88. Notice the stat difference. Why is arena gear such average stats, while Hell Raid is peak high, like it should be, for endgame content? Change arena gear stats to be in line with Hell Raid level 88 gear. That would help players too, and time and effort wise to get them is about the same as Hell Raid anyhow. There's people disappointed in the newest season gear being hit set, but if it had the high rolls of Hell Raid gear, even that would make those pieces usable, instead of just being about the same as regular level 85 gear we can simply craft substat wise. I mean, the arena gear might as well be worse than a level 85 purple, since you put effect resist on everything, which is a dead stat 90% of the time. Boots. Where's the speed main stat boots in arena? Just make the cap 40 like 85, but that would help players of all levels as well, instead of mostly useless attack percent main stat most people don't care about, because it's way easier to get. Hunt 11s should only drop 85 gear. Let the RNG be RNG of substats and main stats and set, but let's cut the crap and remove level 70 gear from it. Otherwise, make it Hunt 12, which removes it if you think Hunt 11 is too easy to justify having such a drop rate. But no one in Endgame wants level 70 gear. It just slows down progression by clogging up our drops. Substat RNG. Listen, I get it. Gotta have RNG, otherwise everyone would have max gear easily. But please, 85 gear, 88 gear, substat range should be better. It shouldn't be possible to roll 1 to 2 speed. It shouldn't be possible to roll 4% HP, 2% crit. Half the struggle of gear is getting it, but the other half is rolling it, and it's because of the wide range increases that make it difficult to find upgrades. Minimize the substat range. If 9 is the highest percent for 88 gear, then 6 should be the minimum stat increase or base stat possible. The substat range should only be a 30% difference, rounded down from the highest percent or flat stat possible. Change that, and people can get more reasonable gear more often. Just those 4 things alone completely fix the gear problem, while still having RNG. After that, hey, you're done. You don't have to do anything else. See how easy that is? And then now you can move on to new content now, instead of half-assed methods like steeple conversion. Gold. Gold is a problem. Everything is too expensive. Everything uses gold. Upgrading, unequipping, promoting units, pets, and yet our ways of getting gold do not counteract the cost of all these demands you put for every content. Hunt 11, the best source of gold, is a measly 32k gold per run. So in order to just get 1 million gold, we need to do 30 hunt 11 runs, which is 600 stamina by the way, which equates to losing 300 skystones if you're not using leaves to refresh. Guess how much it costs to upgrade a level 85 gear to plus 15? Almost 2 million gold. Just one gear piece. 2 million gold. That's ridiculous. Upgrading and unequipment costs should be halved. 1 million gold to upgrade a level 85 to max should be the norm. Maybe then people might use your steeple conversion. Unequip costs have always been too much, and the free unequip events, while great, are only 3 to 4 days a month. Just half the gold requirement. Level 85 gear should only cost 25k gold to unequip, and it'll be more bearable, and still dissuade people from changing gear around, but without totally ruining them if they do. If you don't want to go through the hassle of reducing gold costs, then give us a better way to farm gold. Not events, not tower, an actual, repeatable farm option. Sure, limit it to a few times a day with a way to buy more runs for whales, but at least it'll be an option for those in a pinch. 5 runs should net you at least 300,000 gold, and you might as well add a better chance to drop charms too as a bonus. You took away Goblin and Charm Challenge by the way. We literally lost content to get these things easier than a sluggish grind of hunt or RNG chance for charms in Adventure, or the limited supply Hoochie sells in Lab. Speaking of which, move that guy to the lobby permanently so we don't have to waste time going to Lab to buy from him. It's tedious for no reason. I've said it before in the other video, but get rid of snacks and make auto repeat simply a permanent feature. We can do X amount of times a day. Make our pets auto open stuff regardless of auto repeat. When pets were announced, with little info on them, we didn't ask for bonuses. We didn't ask for fusing pets to gain new skills, or rare pet designs, or lobby bonuses. We simply wanted auto open chests and some sort of auto repeat function. That's it. That's all you had to get right, and you didn't. I'm not asking for endless repeat. I never have. But I wanted something more than what we were given. Limit repeat battle a day, sure. Even just 10 times per content a day. So 10 for hunt, 10 for Spirit Altar, and 10 for adventure, each. So 30 total repeats every day. That's 70 repeats total for each content a week. That would at least make the boring dailies bearable, and maybe, just maybe, help our progress without constantly reminding us every 2 minutes how boring it is to repeat Spirit Altar 10 times or repeat Hunt 10 times. The entire point of repeat battle is to cut out that boringness. And the last, main, long-standing problem is stamina. You add and add content that sucks our stamina more and more. With the addition of World Boss, our stamina, just from dailies and normal adventure costs, is this. It's time to change. The stamina recharge rate needs to be doubled. 5 hours at most to recharge the max stamina cap. As of now, it's too slow. It shouldn't take 12 hours to recharge my 144 stamina. That's ridiculous. Leaves should refresh your entire stamina amount. You want whales to buy more leaves? Provide more value for leaves. Buying energy with Skystones should refresh energy by at least 100 stamina for 30 Skystones. Stop the 60 stamina bullshit. We're not new players. We're endgame players. The ones who would even buy stamina. The ones who need stamina the most. Do that and both those changes would help a ton. It may not enable people to play all day, but a few runs more of X and X content might be incentive enough to playing multiple times a day instead of just one and done. So where's the rewarding content? Where's the challenge? Well, full hell raid should be challenging enough for us for now, and the rewards speak for themselves, but Guild War should have more rewards for the top 20 guilds. It's not going to affect me, it's probably not going to affect most of you guys, but the whales do keep this game running. So Smilegate, give back to them and make it worthwhile staying competitive in the top 20. You want whales to spend more money? Give them something worth tryharding for. World Boss, Steeple, Pets, none of that matters when the fun is content. Guild War has zero return for them other than gloating rights of, oh, we're a top 10 guild. That's not enough. Give back to them, and maybe that will incentivize them giving back to you. Once the gear problem is alleviated, then we can finally focus on new and fun content to use our gear in. And ultimately, for the rest of us, it boils down to heroes. We play this game for heroes. We want to use our heroes, but we can't because of the lack of meaningful PvE content, because of the gear grind, which consumes our stamina, which is then crushed by the RNG aspect most of the time, thus requiring more stamina, more grinding, more gold, more time, slowing our progress to use said heroes to a crawl. The lack of content or systems to gear our heroes is what's killing this game's endgame. The lack of rewards for beating the hardest content or toughest PvP with said heroes is what's killing the endgame. So if you're asking, well, what do you want, Project? What do you want endgame to be? And the answer is, I want to use my heroes in meaningful content, engaging content, rewarding content, whatever that may be. World Boss wasn't that. Hall of the Trials wasn't that. Power wasn't that anymore. Guild War isn't that anymore. So where is it? Well, I'm not a developer. It's up to them to figure that out. But I just know the game is lacking that at the moment. Speaking of heroes, make more. You want more money? Well then make more heroes. Skins. Skins were great. Summer Pass was great. It was actual value that wasn't a scam. What happened to that? Make more. The way you make more money is by making more content at a faster rate so people have reasons to spend more often. You're doing the opposite. The pace of the game has slowed down too much. Between Lilia's banner in mid-September to Melissa on the first week of November, we had 6 weeks. 6 weeks of literal reruns of older heroes most have by now. Why? Why? Busy with Japan server? Well, what about now? Speed it up. People think we're only complaining for free stuff. No. They have ways of making money. They don't have to hold our gear progression hostage. It's a gotcha. The majority amount of money people will spend is going to be on heroes. Make more of them. Make more worthwhile units that can counter this dumb ML5 meta we're in. Or hell, make more ML5s worth of crap. At least then it'll diversify the meta instead of Avil, or Jugs, or Ruel in every defense team, or the fact that Dark Corvus can win any attack match in Guild War. The PvP meta has literally returned to the exact same meta it was before Mystics were even added. Except somehow those old ML5s are more powerful now. So make better new ML5s so we at least see more variety. Otherwise, nerf said ML5 units so we don't have to deal with them constantly and they're more in line with the rest of the roster. I mean, you have arena seasons, but nothing changes season to season for the meta? Rotating ban lists, whatever it takes. Make the game evolving and different and not stagnant like you have for months. I could talk on and on about ideas to make the game better, but it's likely a waste of time since their higher ups probably don't even speak English and chances of this video getting through to them is slim, so I'll stop now. Guaranteed, if they do react to this recent outrage, there's going to be compensation. But don't be fooled. Just like the Korean Conference 5-star tickets, or the ML refund that didn't guarantee you an ML5 after 40 pity summon, it'll likely all be momentary freebies to water down the fire, or promises of working towards changing stuff months down the road, of which we will have to wait yet again for them to do to even see if they can get it right. The game doesn't need compensation, it needs fixing. I guess for those enjoying the game, you can thank us for the freebies you're about to get. Wink wink. But hopefully you see why at least I am kinda done with playing E7 seriously anymore. Christmas is at the end of the month. New Year's is 30 days away. Problems can be fixed. But will they? And how soon? I don't know. You know, I may not have spent money on the game, but I sure as hell promoted the hell out of it. I sure as hell got people to play the game and potentially spend money on the game as well through my videos. I had the highest viewed Epic 7 videos on YouTube. I made those videos when I genuinely liked the game and wanted more people to play and enjoy it. Total wise, my 30 to 40 videos surpassed at least 2 million total views. That's free advertisement. Guaranteed I made the money indirectly. So those that are going to comment, "Oh, shut up, free to play, your opinion doesn't matter since you're not supporting the game anyways." Well, Hate to break it to you, but I probably made them more money than you have. For those that still enjoy the game and play regularly, good luck on the game, honestly. Perhaps you haven't reached the point I reached, or perhaps you're more thick-skinned than I am, but have fun with the game if you still can. For those quitting, good luck in your next endeavor. Hopefully it's more rewarding and fun than Epic 7. Will I quit? Thinking about it. I just find myself asking every time I do something in-game, what's the point? Aside Hell Raid, everything else is, what's the point? I've already tried grinding endlessly all day. I've already tried gearing niche units on multiple accounts. It's just stagnated too much for me to enjoy. The only thing worthwhile to me anymore is a new hero, and that has been like once a month at most now. So video wise, if I do make a video, it'll probably just be one video a month at most for the game. I enjoy video making. I enjoy the hero debuts and guides I made since you guys like them too. But anything more than that? No. Not until something changes. I'm just feeding the machine at this point if I keep making content. Even though I can easily make another guide to help players and get like 100,000 or more views, but that would help them more than it helps me or you. Change first, and then we'll see. So anyways, yeah, that's my perspective on Endgame currently. I want to enjoy the game again, but the effort versus the reward is just not there anymore, which is sad since the game had potential to be the best gacha for years to come. That could even appeal to people like me, someone who hates gacha, but stuck around the game for the art and animations. I don't think that's the case anymore. If this is the game 1 year after release, well, can't imagine how they'll make it to 10. It's just becoming like every other gacha, instead of being better than every other gacha, which it had potential to do. They were sitting on a gold mine, but are now covering it with shit. But that's all from me. Thanks for listening. Only thing left to do now is wait. Stay happy, stay gaming. Peace out.